So, diving into Deliverance, Book 3 in the Helldivers series, I gotta say, the escalation is real. In Ghosts, we had the desperate dread, the lingering ghost of Xavier X Rodriguez, Michael Everhart's satisfying evolution, and the sheer, rotten toxicity of Captain Leon Jordan. Well, Deliverance takes all those elements, locks them in a room together, and lights the whole place on fire. For starters, the relentless pace in Ghosts is not just maintained, it's somehow weaponized here. If you thought the narrative urgency forced your brain to consume Book 2 at top speed, I needed a helmet and a sports drink for Book 3. It's an outrageously fast-paced non-stop thrill ride, like trying to drink a triple shot espresso while riding a jackhammer. The structural simplicity is still there, but it's a strength, not a weakness, because it doesn't waste a single second of the action. You're not stopping to worry about syntax, you're too busy flipping pages because the action is whipping past your eyeballs so fast you might get paper cuts. This book is an absolute inhale, a one-sitting kind of read if you have the stamina. The plot and structure of Deliverance are where the payoffs start kicking in like a mule. Ghosts was a truth-finding expedition that shakes the Hive's foundation. Deliverance is where they decide to take the entire foundation and drop it on the ground. The story runs on three main tracks that interweave beautifully. We have Tin and the surviving Helldivers on their daring rescue mission for X, which, for me, added a layer of profound hope and desperation to the familiar supply run dynamic. Then you have the action back on the crumbling Hive, which is truly falling apart, physically and politically. And most impactful of all, we get these new, chilling flashbacks into X's decade-long survival. This is the narrative anchor, the thing that gives this military sci-fi thriller its real emotional heart. It's the story of X that really drives the emotional weight in Michael's development. X, the legendary figure who was written off, finally steps out of the shadows. The glimpses into his hellish background are gut-wrenching. They're a punch to the stomach, the kind that makes you tear up a little bit, which, for a book about mutated monsters, is some seriously impressive writing. His journey completes the emotional circle that was set up in the first two books, and the anticipation of his return is a hook I bought into immediately. But let's get back to the guy you love to hate, Captain Jordan. If Jordan was the embodiment of toxic leadership in Ghosts, in Deliverance he's moved past toxic and is now full-blown nuclear. He's completely unhinged. He views the diver's new find as his ultimate prize, the key to ensuring humanity's, and more importantly his, survival. The central conflict becomes Jordan's ruthless hunt, turning the tyrannical captain into a straight-up bandit. But here's the wonderful nuance. Smith doesn't make him a two-dimensional maniac. You see that he genuinely believes he's doing the morally correct thing, saving humanity at any cost, even murder, even tyranny. He's a man with no humanity left, trying to save humanity itself. That's deeply flawed and duplicitous character work, exactly the kind you appreciate, and watching this particular storyline reach its dramatic, deserved conclusion is incredibly satisfying. And yes, the world building is still actively trying to kill everyone. If you thought the creatures in Ghosts had grown into something worse, wait until you meet the new roster of nightmares. Smith really pushes the envelope here, showing us additional levels of biological horror in the irradiated wasteland. The world is richly, horribly detailed, and the constant exposure to new threats deepens the canvas and makes the entire world feel massive, unknowable, and utterly hostile. You still get that seamless blend of military sci-fi and survival horror, but the horror element is amplified. Ultimately, you read this genre for heroes who are heroic and villains who are rotten, and you need them to be fun, heroic, and occasionally humorous amidst the chaos. Deliverance delivers that in spades. It's an easy read not because it's shallow, but because the straightforward, powerful writing style acts like a high-velocity delivery system for maximum action, maximum emotion, and maximum monster-slaying goodness. It might not be reciting literary classics, but it's yelling hoorah while jumping out an airship and sometimes that's exactly what you need. Is Deliverance worthy? Absolutely. Deliverance succeeds because it takes the core strength of Ghosts, the escalating stakes, Tin's growth, Jordan's chilling villainy, and the visceral action and pushes them to a catastrophic but emotionally rewarding breaking point. It provides a huge payoff on the long-awaited mystery of X, giving the series the emotional heft it needs, while simultaneously tying up the suffocating political arc of Captain Jordan. The intensity is impeccably maintained, the action is relentless, and the expansion of the world building is genuinely exciting. It delivers maximum popcorn entertainment while confirming that Smith has a grand, cohesive plan for the survival of the Helldivers and the future of humanity. You won't just immediately grab the next book, you'll be hitting the buy button before the final scene even fades out.